Crypto's reaction to war in the Middle East is truly shocking, and the next imminent move for crypto prices is becoming more and more obvious with every hour that passes. Before it's too late, in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly why this is one of the most straightforward and easy to understand signals that we have seen recently, telling us what we can expect to see happen next for both Bitcoin and altcoin prices in the near term. Do me a favor, hit the like button and let's get into today's video. Now guys, before I share with you why the reaction that we're seeing from the crypto markets over what's happening in the Middle East is truly mind-blowing, and why it is truly telling us exactly where the crypto prices are at right now and where they're going next, just a quick disclaimer. Nothing I say in this video is financial advice. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes only. If you wish to invest in crypto, you should understand it's risky and you can lose money. So don't risk money that you can't afford to lose, and always do your own research before investing in anything. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's crack on with it. Now guys, you're probably looking at the Bitcoin chart right now, wondering what's the big deal? Nothing seems to have happened. But let's think about this for a moment. Let's zoom back to last year, around the 22nd of June 2025, when we saw headlines like this, saying that the United States of America had dropped a bunker-busting bomb or two on the nation of Iran. Now, during that 24-hour period, we saw the Bitcoin and altcoin prices tanking to the downside, telling us that any war or implications of war in and around the Middle East were going to be pretty damaging for what happened in crypto. Now, over the past few days, we've seen things in the Middle East take a turn for the worse, with the nation of Israel, along with the United States, firing missiles into Iran. We've then seen Iran retaliating by firing missiles back into Israel, as well as various other nations around the Gulf. And obviously, if you paid attention during geography and economics classes, you know that this is a particularly important part of the world because the majority of the world's oil comes from nations around the Gulf. And since Iran have basically said that they will close the Straits of Hormuz, which is a 35-kilometer corridor of ocean between the nation of Iran and Oman, you will know that this can probably play havoc with the global economy, because obviously oil and natural gas are integral components to the way that our world works. So what's actually pretty insane right now is the fact that the Bitcoin price hasn't really done a huge amount. But if we jump across to crypto bubbles and we look at the top 100 coins over the past week, we can see that some altcoins, like Near Protocol here, is up nearly 40%. River, 106%. Aptos, 18%. Jupiter, 21%. ICP, nearly 15%. Yes, they're not all green. Okay, some red ones in here, mainly the meme coins, interestingly. But you would have to admit that this is a far more positive reaction that we have seen to a far worse piece of news than we saw happen last year. And that, I believe, is all down to where the crypto markets were at when this media and news dropped. And here's why. We have seen negative reactions from other markets around the world, not just crypto. And here's the reason it's weird. We have seen this be recognized as a negative event by other markets. This is the oil price. Obviously, if lots of oil is restricted from being able to travel around the world, you would see the oil prices going up. And as you can see from this Brent crude oil chart, you can see the price of oil has obviously spiked here. Not necessarily particularly crazy levels, but obviously is spiking up to higher levels than it is seen for at least 10 months or so. The volatility index of the S&P 500, which is the United States Stock Exchange, you can see had a very big spike up just yesterday into this zone, which typically plays resistant for most of the time that we see volatile events happening. This, however, was the tariff announcement back on the 7th of April last year, and this was all the way back to the Japan carry trade back in 2024. Obviously, we're nowhere near that right now, but we are seeing stock markets and other global markets taking a bit of a hit here. And typically, every other time that we've seen some major event in other kind of escalation that's happened in the Middle East over the last 2 years and other significant geopolitical shock events, we have always seen Bitcoin dropping along with equities. We've seen altcoins dropping far harder than Bitcoin. We've seen massive liquidations across the board. We've seen stablecoin dominance rising and everybody completely losing the plot. But we haven't seen that this time. In fact, we're actually seeing a little bit the opposite. I mean, look, this is the USDT dominance. It's sitting at highs that it's basically never been above. Right now, you can see that it's getting rejected at this area. And that's in the last week or so, while the rest of the world is panicking. Crypto seems to be calming down. The Bitcoin daily chart doesn't show us anything particularly dramatic, but it shows the price of Bitcoin, since this kind of news and stuff has come out, has gone from around $62,000 all the way up to around $67,000, $68,000 at the time of making this video. And this, to me, is the confirmation that we were looking for, that the bottom of Bitcoin has already happened in and around this zone. Because ultimately, if this wasn't able to push us significantly lower, really there's not much else that can. And there's a major reason as to why it can't push us lower. You see, I've been talking about this time and time again. This was a top for Bitcoin, which happened on apathy. Okay, people were not particularly interested in crypto at the time. We hadn't really had all the excitement that we were expected to see. A few days later, we had that kind of 10-10 event where most of the altcoins dumped 80-90%. Some altcoins got absolutely nuked, went down like 99%. Yes, they bounced back further, but during that crash, we saw many altcoins panic sold. Many people got out the crypto market, never to touch it again, at least until the next time that we see highs coming about. We saw anyone who was leveraged in altcoins get liquidated. Most people who were leveraged in Bitcoin and ETH getting liquidated as well. Then we saw a bit of a bounce. People regained confidence, feeling like it was all right. It's just a dip. We're good to go. We then get another crash to the downside. This liquidated a whole lot more people. Anyone who wasn't panic selling back here definitely began panic selling in here. We then get a small recovery. By this point, many people were convinced that the 4-year cycle was really a thing and that crypto did follow a calendar, and then this gave them more confirmation. So by this point, anyone who wanted to get out of the market, anyone who wasn't convinced that crypto was going higher because of macro or whatever else, had already run. Everyone was out. Everyone had been liquidated on their long positions. Everyone had sold and panic sold crypto, meaning that no one was left to panic sell crypto. Now, if you roll back to the last bear market, there was 3 major liquidation events. Okay, and these 3 major liquidation events, one happened here, the next one happened here after Terra Luna, and the next one happened after FTX. We've already had those 3 major liquidation events. The short-term holders selling has been bigger than it has ever been before. And this is why we've already pretty much bottomed, and why a negative story should have major implications on crypto has actually had no reaction at all. And actually what we're seeing is people reacting positively to the fact that it's had no reaction and using the opportunity to start accumulating altcoins, Bitcoin, etc. It's more difficult to have impact on the Bitcoin price by going and buying it right now, but a lot of people buying into the altcoins is why we're seeing a lot of altcoins pumping quite nicely. Now, talking about the short term and why I do think that we are going to see a positive reaction in the price in the short term before slowly building into strength throughout the next kind of few months or so is what we're seeing right now on the Bitcoin versus US dollar chart and the Bitcoin versus gold chart. You see, right now, the price of Bitcoin has been putting in lower highs and has been getting squeezed lower. Yes, it's been putting in some slightly higher lows as well, which is positive, but ultimately the price has been squeezed down. But the momentum of which Bitcoin has been going down strongly has definitely started to cool. And at the same time, if we look at the relative strength index below, which is the momentum direction, you'll be able to start seeing that this is rising. Now this is called a bullish divergence, where the actual momentum of the price is changing direction, even though the price hasn't really shown a huge kind of directional change here. And this ultimately will result in a significant strong move. Now, on top of this, something that's very important that's happening right now is not only has the Bitcoin price been rising, but as it's been rising, it hasn't been encouraging leveraged traders to come in. This is very important. Another very strong bottom signal is this. When typically you see price rising like this, lots of people who were bearish down here suddenly flip bullish again. They start to enter into long positions. They're anticipating price go higher, then they get trapped. The price rolls over, market makers liquidate them. However, right now, as the price of Bitcoin has been rising from the lows of like 60K, people haven't been going long. They've all been stacking up and going short, meaning that they've all got stop losses above here, okay? And if the price of Bitcoin was to suddenly go up here, it would liquidate those stop losses and flip that into buys. There's around $15 billion of buy pressure in just short positions stacked up against the Bitcoin price, all the way back up to kind of all-time highs. Now, what also is important here, that people aren't going leverage long here. So that kind of sell pressure potentially doesn't exist on the other side. So the chance of it rolling over like this become less and less because everybody is stacked in the other direction. Everybody believes this is going to happen. Really, the most likely course of action when everybody is thinking one particular way is that it often does the opposite. And it's typically because of a battle in where the liquidity is. Now that's on the Bitcoin versus US dollar chart. This is the Bitcoin versus gold chart where you can see again, the Bitcoin price versus gold has been dropping lower and lower, although it's slightly easier momentum than before. And on top of that, you can see here, bullish divergence. You can see strength growing in the Bitcoin versus gold chart. Eventually, this will cause a breakout to happen and will likely push Bitcoin back up until kind of the 70s into maybe around the 80K level within a relatively short space of time. But the good news, if you're bullish, is that this isn't going to be enough to convince people that they should be bullish right now. Because ultimately, you could see Bitcoin pushing to around 80 to 90 to even $100,000, and people would still be bearish. People would still be worried about what's going to happen. Partly because of 4-year cycle, partly because of these liquidation events that happened incredibly quickly, partly for other reasons, like in the last bear market, Bitcoin went down from November all the way, and then it went up a bit in March, and then it went down. Well, yeah, it went down from November, but March has to line up, even though the November doesn't really line up with the October. Pretty silly. Really, however, I continue to be bullish because the PMI, which is the manufacturing index, continues to rise. We know that money printing is going on in the United States right now, and quantitative easing will continue to flow in, giving us the liquidity that we need to drive the bull market. The PMI coming in higher than expected tells us the global economy, particularly the United States economy, is actually much stronger than previously thought. Now, simply all I'm doing is just remaining confident in this area. If we get any more moves down to this zone, I simply accumulate altcoins, and if we move back up into here, then I don't press the buy button, because I've already been pressing the buy button all the time in here. I believe whereas Bitcoin has bottomed more recently, I think many altcoins actually bottomed a long time back. And you can see this in this others dominance chart. We had this major spike down around the 10th of October, but really we never got any lower than this pretty much from around the 15th of October. Throughout this period of time, yes, it felt painful in altcoins, but actually many altcoins bottomed far earlier than we've seen in Bitcoin. Right now, all we're seeing is time fatigue. If Bitcoin pushes up to like 68, 69K, no one really cares. If Bitcoin pushes down, people get a little bit more scared. But ultimately, we could just be playing around in here for a time until that bullish divergence basically breaks towards the upside and we start to build more confidence. But by then, I believe it will be too late. I mean, we've already seen how positive a reaction we've seen across the altcoins just in the last couple of days. If you go down the list, altcoins that have underperformed over the last kind of 6 months or so have suddenly started to wake up and things are looking a lot more interesting. Now, if you're looking to go and buy more crypto or go and open longs and start trading the markets, and obviously take some precaution and do your own research, but make sure to sign up to the link down below for BTCC because there's a 10% first time deposit bonus. Because not only is there a first time deposit bonus where you can deposit any amount of money to be able to receive a bonus of 10%, which is great because you can then use extra money, which is particularly important when we're down at these lows to be able to accumulate as much as possible. But you also have the ability to make up to $30,000 in various different rewards. You can claim rewards just by doing registrations, trading on spot, trading futures. You can get up to $12,900 for futures trading, which is just insane. And that's all if you just sign up to the link down below. It's an exchange that I've personally been using for trading because there's a lot of volume available there. And I will start to bring various different trading tutorials out over the next few months as well, particularly on my other channel, The School of Crypto. Now, guys, if you made it this far through the video, do me a favor, just hit the like button if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below. If you've got nothing to say, just leave a full stop or something like that. It's really, really appreciated. Guys, I hope you have a great week wherever you are. If you're in the Middle East or anywhere like that right now, stay safe. I hope things return to normal as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.